Hello everyone, and thank you all for watching. This is Manny Sunny-san for an astrological report. We begin speaking about the Cancer part and our intimate relationship with that water element. So as someone who would be in the sign would want to share and inspire that emotional vibration, energy from the perspective in astrology, of course. As we all have Cancer in our theme, hoping that everyone can recognize it within themselves. So the sign of Cancer is a crab, and it corresponds to the sign of the crab. The crab carries his home with him and can take refuge at the slightest alarm. It moves in a rather special way, side and zigzagging, like to go faster or escape some imaginary danger. Finally, this front feet have claws which it uses to keep its tight prey. Analogies for the crab with this astrological sign of Cancer are his home is very important. It feels like well protected, safe, warm, and happy to be at home. Its zigzags are an emotional world, as many ups and downs, as it is more hypersensitive. But of course, the similarity between the emotional world, as many ups and downs, it is hypersensitive. But the similarity is that it can approach people and things indirectly. If he cannot get what he wants by advancing front, its virtual clips are very active and is reactive when touched in his vulnerability, because it believes it is easily attacked. He has a lot of imagination and self-centeredness. It's all about me. So in addition, he holds strong to his own values and what he believes and what he wants and what he likes in his fusion side. The character used for Cancer is circular, suggesting that all of this is in, and that the two figures that make up this inverted protective cocoon, it has been described as representing the ovaries, breast, or showing the intimacy of the relationship between the mother and the child, which brings to the nourishment quality of the sign. So, more specific information about the sign. Cancer belongs to the water sign mode. The expression is a cardinal, change, start, initiating force, and is under the dominion of the moon. Being Cancer is saying having the sun between June 22nd and July 22nd. At this time of the year, this means constantly being animated by this vital energy, sensitivity, internalized and instinctive response. Having the ascendant in Cancer, whatever your sun sign might be, this brings in life, sensitive and potential with which will demonstrate this vital energy. That is why it is very interesting to know our natal birth chart, to understand what the ascendant influence our personality, to know our theme is to understand what is the content that we believe in our horoscope. So based on the sun sign alone, for example, an Aries fire sign, or it has a directional force, very initiating. With the ascendant in Cancer, on the other hand, it's a lot more that likes to retain. It's also very impulsive of the sun sign. Does not always dare to assert nor jump as front as an Aries would. Pure, but it will dream anyway. Other examples would be, say for example, Virgo, an earth sign, pragmatic, reserved, its fullness of and liveliness in service. With the ascendant in Cancer, it will manifest itself in an effective and gentle manner, combining his sense of hospitality, the capacity of organization. A Scorpio water sign here, on the other hand, would be determined, powerful, willful. So with the ascendant Cancer combination with these two water energies, in what they must be a musty and introverted, and addresses life through intuition, sensitivity, and deep desire to love and be loved. A final example here is the balance of the air sign, Libra, which loves, reconciles, aims primarily harmonious relationships. With the ascendant Cancer, will address by life trying to avoid conflict, always preferring to retreat into its own shell, and stay alone rather than confronting life situations. So here's another point we should discover. Having the moon in Cancer. Well, it is intensity, the effect of receptivity, and sensitivity for the moon and the sign are in complete affinity. Emotions, delicacy of feelings, the dreams inspired by the imagination of the unconscious, the pace fluctuating between moods, versatility. Here, the quick planets in Cancer, Mercury, Venus, Mars. It is here that thoughts, values, actions be tinged with these characteristics. Emotional instability, but also imagination. Receptivity, more or less inspired, depending on the maturity that we live in this sign of our theme. And it is always a tendency to take refuge in imagination and introversion. So in a more evolutionary step here, our approach here, the karmic symbols for Cancer, having the South Node in Cancer will tell us about our long maintained infantile state to escape the real world and its constraints, that we must grow out of it. While the North Node in Cancer invite us to move towards an innocence and sweetness of childhood and find this part of intimacy that is within our own selves, and renouncing to carry this overwhelming responsibility of all. Say, for example, you have Chiron in Cancer, refers to the initial injury that hampers our ability to feel and use this feeling. It can accompanied by a difficulty with family experience. Having Chiron refers to the initial injury that hampers our ability to feel and use that feeling. It is accompanied by a difficult family experience that leads to grow by developing our own internal security and our affective and emotional autonomy. In his evolutional process, here Chiron in Cancer has a strong potential, tenderness, self-perception to others. Having the Black Moon in Cancer cuts us the senses of intimacy and creates compulsions related to the fear of abandonment. They are manifested by great instability and a certain inability to feel tenderness or be in gentleness towards oneself and others. In the evolutionary process here, the Black Moon in Cancer causes us to develop family responsibilities and integrate concepts, dependency and independency. On a psychological level here with Cancer, positively invited us to listen and daydream to the home of what is happening inside of us, the sweetness and balance of oneself. Here, not by selfishness, but to find what comforts us and reassures us and reconnects us to our own imagination. In this, coming back to us, we can meet with our own past life, all our memories, those whether we were happy or sad. He can come to us from about melancholy, of not having benefited from more, or of regret of having missed the tenderness. Our dreams under the influence of Cancer can also support us during missed tenderness. Our dreams under the influence of Cancer can also support us in this time of trouble and allow for better and to live in a more or less delicate emotional presence. The health concerns with the Sun in Cancer, well, because the energy of Cancer here is about digestion, as well as literally as figuratively. We can often welcome to the club of the being fragile cancers of the digestive plan. So experience digestion, experience with nausea. Say, take a liver, attack it with allergy or with food, but do not look to it. Why? Well, because the body speaks to us of what is left to digest, things of the past, and creates messages to make us grow. This is a sign that is also part of us that will stick for us emotionally in a Cancer type of beliefs in our own history, with our mother who replays these emotional characteristics, the foster mother, say, or a substitute. It has not been physically there. It is our own expectations at all from life, because they are our basic needs to physically survive at a birth of our mother's arms, the nourishing breasts, sweet and reassuring hugs that gives the baby the feeling to be welcomed with love. You say it's solved long ago, that you have grown this since childhood. Well, that's good. I smile back and I mean it, and it is not permanently solved. But if you admit that your stomach is knotted because you're stressed and this gives you cramps, let me smile and with a wink of an eye, the stomach is the organ run by this energy, Cancer, and of course the nodes that do compress you is the solar plexus chakra, affinity with the sign of Cancer. Also, something is also revealed. It is a good sign that something that calls us to be received by our own vigilance and attention to your body sends us messages to listen to. Our conscious and unconscious memory. Cancer is the first of the foremost of what is our memory, our past memory, but it goes much further than that. It is beyond life, beyond our own waking consciousness. The whole family structure within the Cancer, it is the whole family tree, which is the work that is being paid through our roots that we cannot cut, but it can't be completely be at our own unconscious. That is, that it is always a part of us to remember our own past, our own emotional hurts, our own family story since our birth. They are always there registered, and they're always there for replay of all our lives if we do not put it in the alertness, so much so that it is as accepted and as played as self-evident, that we still are huddled by the child within us who would remain as immature in this state. To know this and to feel it intellectually is to accept it and to embrace this tenderly in this consciousness that offers us the path of emancipation. It allows us to give us all that compassion that we need, and that we need to grow these finer, these inner feelings of security is already in us. So this does not mean that everything else will be settled forever for you, but that there will be less need to seek and wait for our own partner, our own mother, our friends, console us, and that we support each other. Because is that we have seen this full moon in Capricorn before. It's in an earth sign, Capricorn. We offered our own stability, our own internal structure, and we are asked here with Cancer to refocus, to re-listen to our own needs and satisfy them with our own resources.